Never Stop Learning, week 210. We're going to take a quick look at the Quick Selection tool in Adobe Photoshop CC 2015. Now, the quickest way to activate this tool is by hitting the W key on your keyboard. If you look over here on the left, right in the Tools panel, the Quick Selection tool is already activated and ready to go. Now, if you take a look over here, my cursor, mine might look a little bit different than yours. And that's because I went into my preferences and made a couple changes. So let me show you how my settings look. I'm going to hit Command K on my keyboard or Control K, and then I'm going to look for cursors over here in the left column. Clicking on that once is going to bring up my painting cursors. Now you notice that I switched mine over to full-size brush tip, and I also have this feature turned on for show crosshair in brush tip. I'm going to hit cancel to get out of this. I just wanted you guys to see how I built this little cursor here. Alright, now quick selection works by just clicking and dragging, so it's basically like a brush. You're going to brush in your selection. Alright, so back in here I'm going to click and drag. Alright, just going around once. I'll release, and there you go. So we made this really quick selection. So that means sometimes you're going to have to go in there and refine things a little bit. But for this actually looks pretty good. Now back over here in the options bar, take a look over here at the top. I'm going to right click and reset this tool. Okay, now it just brings it back to how it is by default. Notice we switched over to new selection. Alright, if I come back into my document, I'm going to click and drag over here on this leaf, and it eliminated that original selection that we already had established. Back in the options bar, it even automatically switched over to add to selection. Alright, so I'm going to deselect this guy. Alright, I'm going to click and drag. Now I'm going to release. Because I'm in add selection mode, I can click and drag to continue to add. Click and drag again. There you go. Now you get the idea. Back over here in the top, we could switch over to subtract from selection. So click on it to activate it. Back in here, I'm going to click and drag and start eliminating some of this selection. All right. Back in the options bar, I'm going to leave it set to add to selection. The way I'd rather work is click and drag to add selection. And then whenever I want to subtract from it, I can hold down the Alt or Option key, click and drag, and it's going to start removing some of that selection for me. All right, once I release the Option key, it's going to switch back to add to selection automatically. So it's just going to eliminate a click or two, and I don't have to keep coming back into the options bar. All right, next we have this guy over here. Click on it, and it's going to open up the brush picker. All right, so in here we could change the brush size, we could change the hardness and the spacing. Down over here, if we make some changes to the angle and the roundness, we could even set this up kind of like a calligraphic brush. Over here where it says size, you can click on this little drop down menu and switch over to pen pressure and stylus wheel. If you have like a Wacom tablet or something that accepts pressure sensitivity, the harder you press, the larger your brush will be, and the lighter you press, the smaller your brush will be. Alright, let me get out of here by hitting escape. Next we have this guy over here. This is going to sample colors from a composite image. Currently I have that feature turned off. Now let's take a look over here in the right. In the layers panel, I only have one layer here, but in this mode, if I had a stack of layers, it would only focus on whichever layer is activated. Alright, back in the options, if I click on it to turn it on, it's going to sample all of the layers to figure out where it should make this selection. Alright, so I'm going to leave mine turned off. Now just to the right of that, we have this guy. This is going to automatically enhance the selection edge. I'll click on it to activate it. Now what it does is it's actually going to look at that edge and make some automatic enhancements to it, such as smoothing or eliminating some of the roughness. And it's also going to take care of some radius and contrast adjustments that you could actually do manually inside of the refine edge feature. Now, because I have a selection already established, over here in the top we have access to refine edge. So you click on that. Now over here where it says edge detection, we have radius. Over here under adjust edge, we have contrast. Those are the two features I was talking about. If you have auto enhance turned on, that's where it's going to make some auto adjustments for you. Alright, I'm going to hit cancel to get out of that. Now once you've set this guy up how you want, click over here on this little drop down and you could actually save off some of these settings and you could use them on future projects. And there you have it, folks. That's a quick look at the quick selection tool in Adobe Photoshop CC 2015.